We are back at it again here with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. To the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all subscribers, welcome back. Here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, continuing to fight to stay above 435 as support. And in today's volatility, our SPY bot at 7 a.m. sent out a bear indicator. And from that moment forward, outflows crossed the midpoint to the downside. Pure weakness there on 42 vision. And put options went up 70% plus within an hour, guys. And as you see, they're popping up within the screen, within the options chain. Some options even went higher than that. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots, and becoming part of our growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts and using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. So here we are with the SPY, continuing to fight to hold support here. We're going to talk about the key levels I would watch going into tomorrow, how the inflow versus outflow and bull and bear indicators are looking in the charts. But before we do, I want to share with you guys the home run opportunity that was mentioned this morning over at the Discord. So the home run of the day was spectacular and beyond expectations. And if you guys want to know about these stocks early on and receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together. So the home run today was from our AMD bot. Our AMD bot sent out a bear indicator at 9:50 a.m. And from that moment forward, outflows crossed the midpoint to the downside. Pure weakness there on 42 vision. And put options went up 200% plus within an hour, guys. And as you see, they're popping up within the screen, within the options chain. Some options even went higher than that. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots. We look forward to having you join us, and we strive for opportunities like these every single day. Let's jump to these charts. So here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, doing a full transition from the rip area to the dip area yesterday and hitting the dip area here again today of wire thread borders on 42 vision. Now, if this is your first time coming across the channel, this is 42 vision, which allows us to see the dips from the rips to the dips, and where the strength and weakness lies within the charts. And we also use our bull and bear indicators and inflow versus outflow as an extra layer of confirmation, which I'm going to pull up here and you can now gain access to as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicator, getting connected over to our bots and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts and using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. And in today's video, I'm going to pull up the inflow versus outflow indicator, which adds that extra layer of confirmation and gives us that edge within the volatility. So here we are with the SPY under a bear indicator here at around the 436.90 area, and a rejection just happened here in the live action today when things try to reverse. That seems to be a pivotal area of resistance, which we're going to talk about in today's video. And things have been dominating with outflows below the midpoint since way up here when the bear indicator popped up at 441.30. You could see those outflow crossovers dominating in the last 3 days after that inflow crossover and bull indicator that popped up at 435 and hit highs up here of 443. So something to not ignore there is that the inflows have had trouble crossing back over, and that's why the strength has not been able to reflect into these charts to the upside, right? It quickly rejects itself right back down because the outflows continue to dominate. Now, inflows have tried to come back up, but not enough to cross the midpoint here on the 30-minute and not just here, but also on the 1 hour chart. When we go ahead and zoom out here, we could see that inflows have been sitting sideways yesterday and today, and inflows in the second half of today have started to begin. Now, they're trying to approach the midpoint, and this is going to be crucial and critical. I'm going to be watching this very carefully going into tomorrow. I would not ignore this, that on the 30-minute, it's not that far off the midpoint as well. This is going to be critical and crucial. And on the 1 hour, we are also seeing inflows get pretty quickly closer to the midpoint, but not crossing just yet. It needs to cross over to possibly start reflecting that strength into these charts and eventually cancel out this bear indicator with a possible bull indicator. But in the volatility now here towards the second half and end of the day, we could see here how quickly on the 30-minute a big rejection happened where that bear indicator popped up in the pre-market, and things are pulling downwards really quickly back down towards 435, where things have been fighting to stay above yesterday and today. And if we zoom into the volatility of the 15-minute, a bull indicator popped up at that 435.71 area, and outflows are beginning. And if this crosses over, it could quickly start to reflect into these charts, retesting the support of the day and rolling over that weakness into the 30-minute and 1 hour as well, stagnating or slowing down those inflows. And that's why it's going to be crucial and critical going into tomorrow. I would not ignore these levels and what's going on with the inflow versus outflow. And on the 30-minute, it is holding up and trying to go higher towards the midpoint. And here it is, about to cross here on the 15-minute. It has 5 more minutes to go, and we're hitting new lows here as this is pulling downwards towards 434.60, 434.70s. And if these outflows cross over, it could quickly start to reflect even quicker into these charts and retesting these lows down here of 434.20 area and possibly even 434 itself. So let's talk about the key levels I would watch going into tomorrow. So the first thing is support, guys, right? The 435 area got slightly broken through in the live action of today's video. That's the first support. We're back above it just a few cents. That's the first area of support I would not ignore. That was yesterday's support and today's several times in the volatility. Then below that comes the 434 area. And if that gets broken through, based off the history of the chart, is the 433.50 area. And then below that, I'll be watching the 431 to 432 area. This is a tight range here to the downside if these outflows were to continue pulling away from the midpoint. This bear indicator from way up here at 436.90 area continues to hold here on the 30-minute and on the 15-minute that these outflows cross over and pull down even further, right? They have slightly crossed over at negative 0.05. It has not confirmed just yet. Earlier, it had about 5 minutes left. In 40 seconds, this bar will close and confirm. And if these outflows continue lower, I'm going to be watching if that can have an impact, right? Going into the rest of today and tomorrow on the 30-minute inflow crossover here, if it's going to slow it down or bring it from green to red, pulling it further away from the midpoint, further reflecting that weakness into these charts. Something to not ignore to the downside on the inflow versus outflow of the 30-minute and the 15-minute, especially that the 30-minute is so close and the 1 hour is trying to approach the midpoint as well and currently green. So in the volatility of the 15-minute, things are pulling down, and on the 30-minute and 1 hour, they're trying to approach the midpoint, but they have not crossed, and that's why things have not reflected pretty quickly into these charts. Now, if we zoom back into the 15-minute, you could see it there. Outflow crossover, really close to the midpoint though. Very tight range, and it's going to be crucial for these inflows to pick back up, to reflect any further strength into these charts, and hold true this bull indicator that popped up at 435.68 to be exact. So something to not ignore there in the volatility of the 15-minute, and also a full transition happened today in the volatility so far from the dip area in the first half to the rip area here at the highs of the day, right? From white with red borders to bright green bars. But these inflows definitely need to cross over to further justify this bull indicator and any further strength to the upside. And if we zoom in even further, right, to the 5-minute, we could see within the volatility, it's trying to come back up, right? It is trying to push itself back up, but those outflows are below, and it's going to be crucial for that strength to roll over into the 15-minute, get that 5-minute up, and hold true the strength so far of these inflows on the 30-minute to go ahead and possibly cross over. Going into tomorrow, reflect that strength into these charts and cancel out this bear indicator. And the first resistance I'll be watching is right where that bear indicator popped up at around the 436.80 area, 90 area. And I would just round that up to 437, the highs of the day here, as it was coming back up and rejected right there at that area. And the inflows slowed down right where they were before the opening bell, right? Up here at around negative 0.37, 0.3 area. Now, it's going to be crucial if the bulls can break through that to cancel out this bear indicator on the 30-minute. But not only that, on the 1 hour as well, cancel out this bear indicator from way up here at 439, 439.60 area. Get those inflows to cross over. And the next resistance I'll be watching above 437 is 440. And then above that is the recent highs up here of 443, guys. That's going to be crucial and critical to the upside. These are the key levels I'll be watching to the downside and to the upside. The inflow versus outflow is going to be critical as the 1 hour and 30-minute are really close to the midpoint, and there's a fight here on the 15-minute of a tug of war, and on the 5-minute it is down below, but things are trying to reverse, and it's going to be crucial for these inflows to pick up with it, eventually cancel out this bear indicator with a possible bull indicator, and roll over that strength into the 15-minute, into the 30-minute, and the 1 hour, and those will be crucial, guys. These bull and bear indicators and the inflow versus outflow. As always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.